G'day everyone, T-Nick back here again in OpenTTD. You join me here in Gavel. It's a population of 12,695. That much I know. And I'm looking at a bunch of buildings because I didn't think this through, and we're following a truck that's hiding behind different buildings. Anyway, it is ridiculously hot in Sydney today, and my computer just sits here pumping out hot air. So this is going to be a bit shorter of an episode, possibly, unless I get a bit wrapped up in things, because I really want to leave where the hot is and go somewhere where it's less hot. I'm not going to fix the hot. The hot is a thing, but I would like to be in an area where the hot is not as hot as it is here. I've said hot too many times. Anyway, we are following a mail truck. That commenter, and I'm going to probably butcher your name here, Toby Shots, pointed out I built a mail truck when I clearly meant to build a valuables truck. In fact, when I was setting the orders for the truck up, I was like, now you pick up valuables from here and bring them here. Clearly, a mail truck is unable to carry valuables. I mean, good on him for having a crack. He's certainly carrying a lot of mail back and forth, and he's making money, so like, I'm just going to leave him be. But yeah, we didn't end up actually putting any valuables trucks on. So I might, yeah, there goes Oslo Iron Ore Mine. I hope we didn't need that. Instead, I'm going to actually look into him and his business and give him some mail truck friends. That's a tram depot. Where are the truck depots in this area, please? I would like a truck depot. There's one, found it. Yep, I always knew that was there. I was just testing you guys to make sure you knew that was there, but it's there. And I found it. Okay, so what we're looking for is not the mail truck, because we have the mail truck, and that's not what we needed. What we need is the valuables truck. So if we could find our truck friend, there you are, hello, and we'll give you, I don't know, 5 friends, which is 4 more than most trucks have. So off you go, buddy. And then we'll send those valuables trucks out. Now that definitely carries valuables. Good, we've double checked that. And we'll just leave the mail trucks in place because, as I said, they're making money. They're adding a bit of traffic to this crosstown bridge along with our trams. It all looks pretty cool to sort of sit here and look at. And in fact, before I started recording, I was just sitting here watching the trucks and trams go over the bridge and the trains go under the train tracks. And what are you waiting for? Why are there quad tracks here if you're... Oh no, that's right. There's 2 different lines here. That's what you're waiting for. You are some sort of ludicrous valuables train, aren't you? Yes, because I've yet to find a valuables... What's wrong with train 26? I've yet to find a valuables wagon that holds more than 6, which is not a problem because this one is only holding 1. But, my fact remains valid that, there is no valuables wagon for suitable use on the main line. So we do the best we can. Okay, so clearly this forest is closed down at some point. I really should pay attention to these, no, this industry is closing down, those messages, because we have 3 trains sitting here just losing money. Well, it must have closed down recently because this one made money last year. But anyway, we will send you all off to the depot and chop you up into scrap because we don't need you anymore and I hate you. So good for you, train 26. Yes, I remembered that you were train 26 for flagging that to me and saying, oh, excuse me, look, I don't mean to be a bother. I've been at this red signal for about 3 years now, and I've just, I wouldn't mind going to the bathroom. So if you could arrange to have that signal changed or put a porta potty next to it or whatever, but, as I said, don't mean to be difficult. So he's now off and racing, and we should make sure to get rid of the other trains as well because, just getting rid of one is not going to fix the problem. So you, my friend, as well, you can just go straight to the depot. I think you've earned a bit of a rest. And that should be all 3 of them sorted. We can actually probably start getting rid of this station while we're here because, yeah, let's be honest, it's not like we're going to remember. I'm just going to get rid of the track there so you turn around. I don't know what I expected to happen. There's still track there, so all I did was remove a tile of station. So that was well thought out. I'm just going to leave the railway line there because I'm lazy. And, maybe an industry will open up here again. We can rebuild Caraswindo. We can rebuild this station and be all like, hey, look at this convenient, I don't know, iron ore station we've got. Plenty of room for an iron ore mine here. Hint, hint. Just want to build an iron ore mine there. No, you're going to close the sawmill. Well, that's also a thing that you can do. You are going to build a steel mill. So same vein as the iron ore, but also completely different, and I hate you. But anyway, what are we doing today? You know, now that I've been waffling on for about 10 minutes of bugger all. And I'm probably exaggerating, it's probably only about 9 minutes of bugger all. Oh my god, let's just go to the map. Because as I said at the end of last episode, well, we have connected up a lot of this map. And, you know, we have a lot of this map to go because we've literally done like one coast of Sweden. And we still have this whole catastrophe here, including all these mountains. So, yay. Anyway, so last time I alluded to the fact that we would sort of finish off the lines coming out of Malmo because Malmo has lines and needs and people want to go places. But yeah, so obviously we've got an extra set of platforms and an extra couple of tracks up here that we're really not using. I mean, anyone can use any line up here, unlike the aforementioned quad track section I pointed somewhere off screen. I don't know why. You know, I'm gesturing in the northwestern vicinity. But yes, unlike those quad tracks, these quad tracks here can all be used by all trains. Obviously, we're not running enough trains to justify it. In fact, we're probably not running enough trains to justify 2 tracks, let alone 4. But, well, you know, build it and they will come. And in this case, they have not come. But we have built it anyway. So where are all the trains? There's one. Okay, good. Well, someone's using it at least. And he's made 3.8 million. So I'm kind of thinking I should build a couple more trains for that line. Just because if he's going to make that much profit, he probably wouldn't mind having a couple of buddies. So, you know, send them out as well. And I think that's unbalanced just because we've also got... we had the same number of trains on this line, I think. So I'm going to build another couple for that as well. Because, you know, I can. I have the power. I have the bank balance. I mean, most importantly, I got $600 million. What are you going to do? You could sue me and I'd just pay you to go away. I don't know why he'd sue me because, you know, I haven't done anything wrong that I know of. Probably have. But anyway, as I was saying, we are going to build from Christian's Land up to Carl's Ham. I don't know who Carl is, but apparently he likes ham enough to name a city after it. He doesn't like ham enough to build a proper city, though. Like, I mean, this is just... Okay, there you go. Also, I don't know why you have roads going into your front yards, but I'm just going to sort of do that and hope the town can figure out what it wants to do with this. Probably not a place we want to do any shipping, just because that's just an accident waiting to happen. But yes, as I was saying, we want to run up to Karlsham, we run up to Ronneby, we want to go to Karlskrona, possibly the same Karl, and then obviously we're going to head off in yonder direction up this... Is this a coast or is this an island? I think this is a coast. Also, there's now a leaf blower or something outside, which I'm really enjoying, so I do apologise for that. I might actually pause and come back in a second, so bear with me. Right, well that's 10 minutes of my life I'm never going to get back. Okay, let's be honest, I spend them watching cat videos and I have no regrets. But yes, the leaf blower from hell has gone. Road Vehicle 143's profit last year was bad. I don't know what 143 is. But as I was saying, we are going to... Okay, I'm talking here. No, I'm just going to ignore them. As I say, we want to run this line up the coast here, up through Kalmar. We'll probably have buses coming out to these smaller towns because I really couldn't be bothered. Up through Okrevsham, then up to Vastavin, obviously heading up Vladimir because why wouldn't you? It's right there. I'm in Vladivostok. Yeah, I can't even pronounce it. Then what I was thinking is we're going to swing up here. We're going to come around on this kind of an angle, come through Norrköping, yes, so that's a town I remember, and then we'll dump the line here in Katrineholm because, you know, seems a good place to end the line. I did consider running it all the way into Stockholm, but I figure anyone from this part of the world sort of down here is already catching a train into Stockholm. Anyone who's coming from this coast here can just change at Norrköping because we've already got the big junction station going on there. So, you know, I figure that's just a nice little way to avoid cramming any more trains up these main lines. And it's not so much the main lines, it's this junction here, which you can already see is starting to suffer a bit. Admittedly, it's not so much the junction at fault, it's the fact that I put way too many suburban trains on. So, you know, assign blame where you feel blame needs to be assigned. But, yeah, I mean, I'm fairly sure it's the junction's fault. But yeah, as I'm saying, yeah, rather than running more trains up into this whole mess, we'll just shoehorn more people onto... How many people are on this train? This train, which is already full. Fantastic. Good. Okay, well, we'll shoehorn more people on, and they can just deal. I'm really a tyrannical transport company guy. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, so the only trick here will be this junction here, but I'm fairly sure that'll be fairly straightforward. We should be able to tunnel from about here. Actually, we'll probably have a hiccup here trying to get through there. But yeah, we can probably tunnel from maybe here over to here and then run it through a couple of platforms here. In fact, I'd rather have a junction. I might just go underneath the whole thing and have a separate platform over here for these trains. But either way, that's enough yakking. Why don't we get building so that I can leave this god-awful room of heat related death and go somewhere cooler. So, you know, I wasn't too mad at the leaf blower because I went out and had a bit of a cool drink, which made me feel pretty good. But, you know, obviously that'll wear off at about, I don't know, 20 seconds or so. So obviously we're going to run some track out here, and we're going to take our own advice and start building stations before we run too much track. So I'm going to go with a 2x3 here. Obviously I need the station building as well. I'm going to tack that on the end there. So that's a bit lopsided, but as I said, it's hot and I'm feeling lazy. So, you know, deal. Now, can we jag a bridge across there? Probably not. We may have to scooch up the river a bit to get a nice even curve in. Where do you naturally want a bridge? Here. Okay, well that's probably not too bad. I'm pretty sure we can cram a couple of tight arch bridges in there. Did you think I was going to build anything different? Well, you were wrong if you thought I was going to build a tight arch, because I can't. Oh, there I can. Okay, cool. Thank you, uneven terrain. Good stuff. So we'll get a nice little curve in here. Good, and that connects up to the station. No, don't put track there. You don't want track there. No one ever wants track there. And then obviously we'll need to glue in a few signals like that. That's fine. And then, yes, continuing to take our own advice, we will build another station down here. Let's mix this one up a bit and put in a couple of pot plants as well. So we'll drop one of those in there and maybe one in here attached to Ronaby, please. And then we'll go ahead with the same old flat roof design that we've got at the other one. Do they line up? Of course they don't. Why would they? Can I make them line up? That's the real trick here. So if we scooch you over a bit, yeah, I know we've broken everything, and we scooch you guys up here, we can probably just 86 that. Yes, good. Get rid of the track that's there, and then we can probably put a station building in to pretty it up a bit. So we'll put in a couple of blank station tiles there, and then just okay, well that's not going to fit, is it? Okay, well why don't we go with the smaller one there? Yep, there you go, and put the blank tiles in there, and then we will we'll remove those bits there. There we go. That's a nice little bit. The only reason I had the blank tiles is because there's no fence on either side of that, and it just looks a bit messy, whereas I think that rounds it off nicely. And as you can see, we get a nice little straight line situation here, because everyone likes a good straight line. You know, it's the most appropriate of situations to have. I'm going to knock down the pretty pink house because it got in my way, but I'm going to replace it with a station building. So, you know, if they can't find anywhere better to live, they can always just hang out in the station building of Karlskrona Woods, because apparently we're not close enough to the CBD. That's a nice bridge. What's that? A cantilever? Cantilever? Either way, it's a nice bridge, and I like it. So I'm going to drop in a bit of this action here, and then I'm going to probably drop in another pot plant, because I like the plants. You know, that's a thing that's nice. So we'll run a bit of straight track out here and connect this up. While I'm doing this, I should probably not forget to put in signals between these two stations. It would help if I put them in on the correct side of the track. Generally, signals work better when they're facing the same direction the trains want to go. In fact, when they're facing the opposite direction in this game, it just buggers everything up. So that's Karlskrona done. Now we want to head up to Catenary, because, you know, squid is delicious. So again, we're going to knock over the pretty blue house, and see, that's close enough to the town centre. That a-okay as far as the game is concerned, which wholeheartedly approve. I do. I've decided to build this one piecemeal for literally no other reason than I did, and that's how we ended up with that whole going on that is going on. I'm going to get rid of this road, which the town's probably not going to be too on board with. Actually, they're probably going to be less on board with the lowering of the land, because I'm sure I knocked over several trees. But I'm going to put a bus stop in here, Calamari bus stop. Then we're going to shoot out the other side of town up here to Fargestaden. It sounds like I'm trying to be gold member in, well, gold member You know, the Austin Powers movie. I'm old, leave me alone. I grew up with Austin Powers, loved it, very funny. Mike Myers, hilarious. Whatever happened to Mike Myers? Is he still a thing? And then obviously we're going to have the buses terminate up here because I can't be bothered building a bus route all the way up to... There's way too many Scrabble points in that name for that to be a real name. What's it called? Bikesel Croc. Sounds like a Pokemon. Yeah, so as I said, we're going to terminate the buses up here at Borgholm, which has more bridge than town. Like, I mean, come on, when you're sitting on the town council meeting, you're sitting there going, okay, we've got about, 6 houses, or 5 houses and a church, up and coming little town. We've built a 4-way intersection on the edge of town for no reason other than people can come look at it and be like, look at this 4-way intersection. This is an up and coming town. What we need is a really big, expensive bridge to nowhere. And that, my friends, is what they've got. And I don't know why. We'll probably build a depot up here too, because that farmer didn't need that field. And then obviously we want to keep the road going in the other direction, possibly down here to Nybro. Good town, good name. Good Nybro. Why don't we put a bus stop in the centre of town, and we'll put a depot on the outskirts of town. Well, the current outskirts of town. I'm pretty sure the town will swallow them, in time. But let's go ahead and build a nice quick bus to run on that route. We can't build the articulated, so we'll build the Whippet Scenic Cruiser. I mean, obviously, if I built all this type of bus stop, we could build the bendy bus, and we probably should, but we haven't. So Scenic Cruiser it is. And that seems appropriate because it's running between multiple towns. It's like an intercity bus route. Or even though those towns are so close together, they could probably be regarded as suburbs. So why don't we go ahead and get 10 buses going on there, because 10's a nice number. I like the number 10. Good number. Good month, actually. We're in the 10th month at the moment when I'm recording this. If I do quick maths, we'll be in... I don't care enough to finish those maths. But yes, the 10th month, good month. So okay, we need to keep this track going up the coast and up into our nice new little interchange station, the name of which I've already forgotten. I think I called it Calamari, so that will do. Yep, there we go. That should line up. Will it line up? Yeah, that's how you do it. That is true professionalism right there. No, that is not. That is just misclicking. Good to see we've got a good convoy of buses going on. It's just like living in Sydney. You miss one bus, and that's okay because there are 9 buses behind him. But if you miss the 10th bus, you can pretty much expect to be waiting a while because you have to wait for another 10 buses to show up altogether. Because how good are buses? Oh my God, look at them all popping out of the tunnel there. Yeah, it's quite a queue there. We're having a bit of a clipping thing going on with this tunnel, are we? Oh, hello. Maybe they're just coming out at such a speed that it... Nope, they definitely clip. Okay, that's fine. We just won't look too closely at that tunnel, or at all, because, we've now built track there, and we have so much of the map we want to cover that we're just going to move on and probably never revisit Calamari interchange again, to the point that I'm going to call it Calamari interchange, so that when I come back, I don't make the same joke again and think I'm original. Okay, so we want to run track out this way, and our next stop will be Oscarsham, or Oscar's Ham, as it prefers to be called sometimes. I do like this little attention to detail here with the road going around the power plant. Don't know why that doesn't happen more. I'm imagining Oscar Ham. Train 150 has found a path to continue. Don't pull my leg. I imagine that power plant is actually like a bit of a landmark for this town in real life, which is why whoever built the map gave it that nice attention to detail. Now, how well is that going to line up? Not even close. That's good to know. Good to know. And that doesn't line up either, but I was pretty close. I was only off by 1 tile, so you got to give me that, right? Yeah, you're going to give it to me? You're not? No, that's fine. That's cool. I'll just rebuild my shattered life, in the wake of this revelation. So run some signals down there. That's fine. And now we head up to Vastavik, which has built a very useful viaduct here. Obviously connected up this part of the town. People of this church, this apartment block, very grateful for the bridge. These bridges, on the other hand, I have a different opinion about. I'm not sure what they're going for here. Eventually they're going to run out of room because no way are they bridging all the way across here. And if they do, I will put a bus on that just to reward their effort. I'll be like, hey, good work, guys. Good to see we're going with Vastavik Woods again. It's a good name for a station. Big fan. So that's a thing that we've done. I'm going to try and glue a station building on to get it a little bit closer to town. But I really don't know how many passengers we're going to get in there without a connecting tram service. And yeah, for a town that size, I'm hoping they just sort of expand around the station as opposed to requiring some sort of elaborate feeder tram system, because the map's too big for that kind of thing. I mean, I've already neglected to go back and look at parts of the network I built in the first couple of episodes, which it's not how I play the game. I mean, I alluded to this last time. I said last time how I prefer smaller maps and smaller games, and that's why, because I can better develop the network as a whole as opposed to just constantly being on a massive expansion sort of drive. Because we've got another town to go through. That's the last town. Okay, I thought this town was the last town, but no, it's not. But yeah, as I was saying, I like to grow my network and develop it as an experience. That's probably a wanky term for it, but you know what I mean. Like, I like to enjoy watching my network grow over the years, and as the towns expand, I adjust to meet demand and stuff. Whereas at the moment, I just feel like if I don't keep building, I'm going to miss out on a big chunk of the map, and that seems a shame because this map is really pretty. Someone's obviously gone to a lot of effort to make it, and I can respect that, because good maps are hard to find. The random maps are really good, but eventually it just boils down to the same game strategy. You basically build some trains, connect up some industries, follow the terrain, and there's just nothing special about them. Whereas this, I mean, especially some of these double high coastlines, they're just something different, because you get these magnificent bridges like this tight arch bridge. No, that's not available. We'll go the cantilever. But like this cantilever bridge, it's a nice aesthetic, and it's a nice change from the base game sort of maps that you normally play on. Now I don't think I can get an arch bridge here either, so we'll go the cantilever again. And that's a nice bridge to have too. Now, okay, so we want to tunnel under here and have another set of platforms on the outside here. And I saw you building that road. Don't you dare. And we can come down here. Now, because we've got the single track platform here, we can try and dress things up a little bit. Now that's medium. You don't want medium. No one wants medium. Well, some people probably want medium. People that like medium probably want medium. We can probably put a station building in there. That doesn't look quite right. Why don't we put it there? Yeah, I know I've broken things. I'll fix it. And then we can put a roof in here. And it still doesn't look quite right. Okay, well that was a fun idea. Why don't we instead put a footbridge in there? We only want 2 tracks now that I think of it. Yeah, so, okay, we've just made a complete mess of this, so why don't we get rid of all of that? Yes, all that nonsense can go away. And then what we want is a couple of buffer stops. I realise if I was smart, I'd be future-proofing and allowing a second platform here, but have you met me? Yeah, so we will pull the single track back a little bit here to give us a bit of room to breathe, and then obviously we'll have to upgrade this signal here. Not like that. I didn't mean to do that. I held Catenary. I really shouldn't have. Catenary is a bad button to hold when you're fiddling with signals. And then what we want to do is finish building this station, because at the moment we've really half-assed the hell out of it. In fact, I want to actually keep fiddling. We want to move the footbridge over to there maybe, because why bother having a footbridge right next to a buffer stop? Seems kind of pointless. In fact, I want to actually have a little bit of a roof here. There we go. That continues the aesthetic nicely. And we want to build a station building. So I will try and sort of reserve a bit of platform up here, just in case the town does expand. And that way we've got a nice pretty looking station going that we wouldn't have had otherwise. And if we do need a 4th platform, we've sort of reserved most of the land. What is that? That's 3 tiles long, so we need another couple. We'll put some benches down in case people actually want to sit. And people do. They've rushed over there even though the first train hasn't arrived yet, so, bully for them. And then we'll run the tracks out like this, and then around the curve like that. That's a nice way to do things. Have a bit of a crossover in here, and then and drop in a couple of signals as appropriate. Why not a single track station here? Because we're probably going to have the same frequency of trains as this line. I don't know. I just wanted to do something different. Get off my back. Okay, so 6-track footbridge, please. If you could get out of the way so I could build that, that'd be super. Yep. Cool. Off you go. Right. Yep. You've loaded up. You're gonna. Yep. Okay. 97%. Yep. 99%. Yep. Don't know why that last 1% took so long. It was probably a little old lady with a walking frame, and I'm a monster. But yes, okay, so what do we want to do? We want to, I do like the modern sort of roofing. So I'll put some of that in. I'm gonna upgrade these platforms here and put some in there as well, because I'm just a caring, sharing individual. I mean, I'm not, but I like to pretend I am. And we'll put in a couple of pot plants there, so that looks quite nice. And run this track up like this. I've extended these platforms just in case we want to shuffle everything around at a future date. And plus, it looks kind of weird having long, and then short in the middle. I don't think there's many train stations out there that would actually go to those lengths to build something so silly. Now, if we were to lower this, yeah, we can't get a tunnel in there. So we are going to have to sort of slew this track off a little bit. So we might slew it off to about that point there, and obviously connect it up as appropriate. Did I finish signaling this, or did I wander off? No, I wandered off. Good work, me. Why don't we put in another couple of signals, say here and here, and then put in a couple of baseline signals here, so that when we've connected everything up, we can forget we've built them and signal from the other end. Okay, so we want to drop a tunnel down here. Perfect. So if you could drop down like that, and then you can go under both lines and emerge sort of here. That's exactly where you're going to emerge. No sort of about it. And then we'll send you around a nice little curve here. Okay, well I've lined that up really well. Good job. Yes, good lining. And then we can, I don't know what's going on here. We can probably raise that up again. We can put this in here. Whoop, no, you pick the right bit of track. I know people keep pointing out that I can use this method, but I just find it a bit clumsy sometimes. I'm like, yeah. So I mean, I'm old school. When I played Transport Tycoon back in the 90s, yeah, that's how I talk when I'm getting retrospective. Yeah, back in the 90s, mate, when I used to play the old original Transport Tycoon, we didn't have any of this fancy auto direction nonsense. We just built things. We didn't even have one-way signals back in the original Transport Tycoon. You just had to put down block signals and hope for the best. Now we're going to click and drag these signals because, you know, you couldn't do that back in the day either. You had to place them all manually. And if you stuffed up even one signal, oh, you better believe you're in trouble. Yeah, I hate talking like that. What a wanker. So that should be that line connected up nicely, which is my stated goal for the episode. So hopefully we can bung some trains on and I can go have another cool drink. Look at that, we've hit 700 million. We're doing quite well for ourselves. Now I did put the buses on there, that's good, don't have to worry about them. Now what I want to do is I'm just going to clone the trains we've got because I don't think anything better's come out. What are you? You're sort of a freight engine, you're 75 k's an hour. What are you? 140 k's an hour. You are a diesel, so I strung all those wires up for no reason. But now I'm losing my voice. Well done. Please excuse me. That's better. The Y3, I forgot to look it up between episodes. #professional. So why don't we just build one and go for gold? So what do you carry? 60 passengers. Good for you. Do you have a mail van we can attach, or is it literally just the UB3? I think the UB3 is what goes with you. It looks like it. We can't refit you to carry mail. Oh, first class. Oh, 44 passengers. Oh my, is that a new coal hopper? That's good for 65 k's an hour. Oh, look at this. New mainline wagons that are good for speeds better than 4. So, you know, that's impressive. But yeah, we want to build the UB3. Do any of you carry valuables, by the way? No. You're a passenger car, so you wouldn't. You're the old one. No, oh well, it was a nice idea. Anyway, we're gonna build some UB3s. I guess 3 tiles of train is going to be long enough. How much do you carry? Total cargo 300 passengers. What's your total cargo? Like 1,000. 700. Okay, cool. So yeah, we could probably stick on a couple more. How much horsepower do you guys have? 368 kilonewtons. Where's the horses? Yeah, 1299. Okay, how's that compare to what we've got already? Oh, what's an RC1? That's on my notes, isn't it? Universal. How fast do you go? 135 k's an hour. How fast does the one you've replaced go? What do you? You do 150 k's an hour. Okay, so you're a bit slower. I'm willing to sacrifice 5 k's an hour just to use electric trains because, well, we've strung all those wires up for no reason otherwise. So do we want to put in some first class cars? Only carry 44 passengers. No, bugger that. No, we've got too many passengers, more than we know what to do with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars. Okay, so that would probably put too many on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. No, I don't need a new mail truck. I kind of need a new valuables wagon for the trains if you're taking requests. Okay, so cool. Let's trot out the... What's it called? Oh, there's the RA up there. We didn't scroll far enough to see it. Yeah, so let's trot out the RC1 on this line, because even though it's a bit slower, it's more modern, and that makes it better, right? Yeah, isn't that how trains work? Why do you already have a fixed set of orders? Did I sell something and what have I done? Okay, let's just stop sharing. Yes, and delete. I don't know why you're carrying the orders of another train. That's a bit weird. Let's just, yeah, okay. We'll start you off there. You can swing by the depot if you need to, and you probably will because I forgot to build the depot at the other end. We'll head up here to Christian's Land, and then we want you to go via the coastal route, please. Yes, good, excellent. We're back on target. Head up to Carl's Ham, get some ham. Head up to Ronalby. Head up to Carl's Kroner and say good day to Carl. Have some seafood at Calamari Interchange because, that's their specialty. Drop by Oscar's Ham, get some more ham. Vastavik, yep, that's good. Good stop. Vladimirsvik, yep, swing by there for sure. I'm not going to miss Vladimirsvik. Then come up here to Norrköping Woods, which is, obviously our big interchange. And then you can head up to Katrinholm to turn around. I don't see a way to fit a depot in there. I mean, I could on this side of the line, but of course then trains coming in this way are going to get blocked by trains going into the depot and coming out. So we'll just leave it. Head back to Norrköping because you can. And then just retrace your steps back down through Calamari Junction and the various ham stations and all the other towns that we've grown to know and love in this episode. By grow and love, I mean we just know that they're there when before we'd never heard of them before. So that should be your run complete, and let's go ahead and build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because we still have 700 million in the bank. So even though each one of these trains costs God knows how much, that doesn't say what your value is. No, I don't want more mail trucks. Doesn't say what you actually cost overall, but yeah, I'm sure you weren't cheap. In fact, we can look at the budget. How much did we spend on new vehicles? 24.3 million. Yep, I'd say that was money well spent, considering all it's doing is having a bit of a rest in the depot. Oh, there goes one of our new trains. It's pushed out ahead of us. Hello. Yes, you. Let's ride the new train and have a bit of an outro. I do like the nice little orange colour scheme we got going on. We just need some nice orange carriages to go with it. Maybe those orange carriages, the Ubis can go with these. I don't know. Let's have a look. What's an Ubi? Ubi 3. No, I get the feeling they're the trailer cars for the Y3 because the number 3 is common and the colour scheme looks similar. What's a Ubi 9? That probably goes with the X9 that we've already built. Yep, good work, me. And apparently I've done that. I didn't mean to. Come back. Good. Yes. Never heard of Mora, so go away. Well, I was riding this train. That's what I was doing. I remember what I'm doing. So, yes, even though it's a bit slower than the RA9 or the RA, whatever the hell it is. Let's check my notes. What is it? Yeah, the RA. It doesn't have a number. Oh, we got a new passenger tram. No, thank you. But nice to know that they're inventing new passenger trams. You can see we are using the quad tracks properly here because when this bloke was pathfinding onto this track, this one was able to pathfind out onto the other track. Of course, because they're both bound for the same line, they're still going to get clogged up at the junction, but we get this nice little sort of parallel running scene. And by nice, I mean... Yep, come on. Okay, yep, go! Accelerate! Okay, so we're still winning the race, and we're going to hold up the faster train behind us now, and we've taken the inside curve, so we're just going to extend our lead. But, it's a better parallel running scene now than it was 30 seconds ago. But anyway, that should take us out for this episode. I'm going to go get a cool drink and have a lie down or something. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, well, you only won because we had to stop at a red signal. So, we'll just switch trains and follow this one instead. But anyway, as I'm saying, that will do us for today. We have built the promised coastal route. I'm not sure what I'm going to build next, but I'll have a bit of a think and get back to you. Until next time, I've been T-Nick. This has been Open TTD with the Swedish Rails set, including the debut of the, whatever this train is called. I think it's the RC1. Yes, we've debuted the RC1, and yes, I hope to see you back again next week. But until then, later days. Does it bother anyone else that these signals are not next to each other? Oh, they are at the bridge. Never mind. It's fine. We've saved it. It's okay. Oh, no. Hang on. I think they're off again. My OCD is really flaring up big time today.